just your gym mate, Jermell Charlo taking on Canelo. Is Jermell not too light in the ass against Canelo, like you said about Terrence moving up to fight you, or too light in the ass?
Nah, because Canelo started at 147 pounds. And if you look at pictures with Jermell and Canelo, I'm taller than Canelo, but Jermell got size too. Like Jermell always been a huge 154 pounder. Like he's always been big. So I feel like, he'll mess with the weight really good. I mean, he just can't try to bulk up and just get too big and then be sluggish. But I think if he just walk around that weight, he'll be just fine. But I think he'll be just fine. He's big for that weight class. He can fight. I think he'll be more energetic at that higher weight. He just, can't just sit around and just let Canelo try to pick him off with shots and try to put fear in his heart. But I think Jermell's a big guy, so I think he'll be just fine.
Do you think Jermell's going to take care of business, or do you think Canelo is going to be a little too much, man? Too much weight?
I think, to be honest with you, I think the skill set is both paired up. I just think Canelo weighs a little bit too much, or he's more used to that weight class. He's used to the punches. I don't doubt Charlo, landing some big punches on Canelo, because he's a great fighter. He can take nothing away from him. But I feel like the advantage just goes to Canelo. He's heavier, he's more comfortable. Yeah, but it's gonna be a great fight anyway.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Me and the Charlos. We don't got the best relationship, but at the end of the day, though, I wanted to win. I mean, I ain't one of them niggas that's out here like, Canelo gonna beat this. That's him. He a bitch ass nigga.
He going to sleep.
Like I'm with my nigga Charlo, bro. Like point blank period. His brother, me and him got a closer relationship, but I'm with him though. I'm with him, and I'm betting on him. I want to see him win.
So with Canelo, people talk negative of him. He's gone with PBC. Yeah. I think it's clear that he wants to fight Charlo, Benavidez. I think he's the last one.
Spence being mentioned.
Is it?
Errol's been mentioned.
But who was a free that they were saying? The other Charlo. Serious. I think it's quite good. I think it's good. I think he's I rate Canelo. With Charlo, they're confident that he'll beat Canelo.
One more question.
And the reason is speed and strength. But the only thing is with Charlie, he's been out the ring for a long time. I think it was 2 years, 3 years. Yeah, that's it. Canelo's active, busy. But I rate Canelo, man. They're saying that Canelo's finished, bro. You're only finished when you're done.
Charlo, he's got to move up 14, and you said you think he's the most dangerous for Canelo. That kind of surprised me. That means more than David Benavidez and some other guys. How's he got to handle that weight, and why is he the most dangerous fighter to Canelo?
Because as far as I'm concerned, he's starving. He's starving to prove, he's starving to prove his supremacy, who he is, his identity. And his style is totally different from the styles that Canelo had fought when it comes to younger, more determined to prove that Canelo's time has been great, but is up. I just believe that Canelo will have to get him out of there early. The later the fight go, the more Canelo will start showing not only his age, but he will start showing the success and the success that he been enjoying for so long is starting to look different as time go on in that ring. It's starting to feel different as time go on in those rounds in that ring. I don't see a knockout, only if it's on Canelo's, but I see a hard-earned, skillful, many moments in that fight where the young that want to prove himself, that come out and show us something that we know he had, but he never had to show it until he stepped in it with Canelo. Canelo elevate Charlo to be the best that night. I just think that he has the skills, and if he maintain that mentality, it can be really, 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 really a nightmare for Canelo based on style. What I mean, not knocking this guy out, can't get the timing a little faster, not baiting into the come on in and fight me, fight me.
He can move too, good feet.
Listen, when you have good wills, and Canelo is in the quicksand, punch from the floor up. If you look at the fights before the loss, not the Mayweather, that was early on. People forgot that you don't even count that. It was the position of the feet that didn't stay in front of him and be mano a mano. When you don't do that with Canelo, Canelo got to reset and then go. Felix Trinidad had to reset.
I was going to bring that up.
Felix Trinidad had to reset. Look, you don't get points with your feet and your legs moving, but they will set you up for bigger accomplishment. That also will, I believe, frustrate your opponent, whether it's Canelo or anybody else that fights that style. It will make them more anxious to get you, because then I'm telling you, like Canelo went back in the ropes and said, come on, come on, come on. Why you? I'm standing right here. No, I ain't. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You come out, come off the ropes. You ain't gonna rest. The IQ and Canelo's is here, but the IQ of Charlo brothers, Jermell, I believe matches any fighter today when it comes to showing a supremacy in skills. And I didn't. And again, to me, I will have a clear. Trust me, I'm not riding the fence on this. I see that fight being a fight that is going to be exciting, but I won't be surprised if the fight goes decision to Jermell, if he fights a smart fight. If he don't, it don't go 12 rounds. That's the way I see it. I'm going to be consistent with that from now until fight night.
Honestly, I feel like little Jermell have a better chance at being Canelo than big Jermell. Skill-wise, Jermell may fight at 54, but he walk around at 70 or 80, so he won't have to cut as much. He'll be stronger. And against Canelo, like Canelo is the guy to beat. But we've seen that he's not unbeatable. He lost to Floyd and he lost to Bivol. So Jermell is a very confident fighter, very determined, and he just hates losing. So in order for Canelo to win, he's gonna have to like absolutely try to break Jermell. And I don't think Jermell can be broken. So, and I think that Jermell is gonna just come out there knowing he got the speed. He may not be able to keep it with power, but Jermell got his own type of power. He'll be stronger, and I think it'll be a great fight. But I'm rocking with Twin to bring it home.
How?
Honestly, I think majority decision. Jermell Charlo.
Are you gonna take Jermell to beat Canelo, or it's a tough one to call for you?
Obviously, I'm biased. You know, we grew up together, so obviously I am biased. But I'm not gonna say Canelo's gonna win, but what I'm gonna say is, goddamn, Canelo was a monster. And you just gotta look at the resume. We was arguing in the gym earlier about this. I mean, you guys just look at the resume of Canelo. I mean, you know, after the Floyd fight, he just went up. Canelo, you know, he knocked Amir Khan out. He knocked James Kirkland out. He fought Triple G, a monster, 3 times. He knocked Kovalev out. You know, his resume, Danny Jacobs. I mean, Danny Jacobs is a fucking monster. You know, like, just look at the resume of this guy, bro. Like, he just got so much heat on his resume. And it's like, man, Jermell gonna have a hard time. Obviously, I'm gonna pick Jermell because I'm biased, but Mel got a hard fucking time. It's like, could he even hurt Canelo? Canelo been hit by Triple G, flushed, you know, and nothing happened to him. You know, you got to think about that. I mean, Danny Jacobs is actually a big puncher. Yeah. Danny couldn't do nothing with him. You know, I mean, James Kirkland is a big puncher. It was a big puncher at the time. James Kirkland couldn't do nothing with him. You know, so Kovalev, a monster. You know, he might have been passed, but you don't never lose the power.
Yeah.
Just a monster. And they couldn't do nothing with Canelo. So it's just like, man, Mel got a big ass task in front of his face. I think the only thing you can hope for, man, is shit, if Canelo is starting to slip a little bit, if he's starting to fade. But I don't think so. I mean, they looking at his last fight, you know, with John Ryder, right? Yeah, John Ryder. I think they looking at his last fight with John Ryder, you know, as Canelo might be slipping. But listen, bro, in boxing you have those nights. You know, I had my night. I had my night like that. You have those nights where you don't feel right. Canelo was in his hometown. He was in Mexico. It was 60,000 people in the building. He had bands come out, all kinds of shit. He probably was just, you know, like you don't want to say you not focused because you are, but when you're in your hometown, it's just a different type of vibe going on and stuff like that. So I think they probably looking at, you know, him like that. Oh, Canelo's slipping, but after that, he might come back even stronger.
Jermell and Canelo, you get what chance to give Jermell moving up 14.
That's another one. I want Jermell to win, but Canelo is a tough task. So I could see him shocking the world though.
What's he got to do, you think?
I think I stay disciplined.
The world, though, bro. I don't think Charlo winning.
54 Charlo, bro. This is not the 60 Charlo. 54, you don't
talking
think...
about the one that fought Tony Harrison Charlo, right?
Yeah.
I like that Charlo.
But I'm just saying, like, far as size, you don't think Canelo gonna be a lot bigger than him?
Okay, I see what you're saying. But he could be faster than Canelo, too. And he still carry that power.
Yeah. But I could see him shocking the world. That's how I look at it.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's a shock, bro.
Yeah.
I think he won the fight type shit. Good fight.
Yeah, but
Canelo is, even he fight a big weight class, he's still small for them shit.
Yeah, but it's Canelo, bro. Let's not forget this is Canelo.
He's slowing down his last 2 fights, though. He's slowing down, bro.
Yeah, but it probably was the style in his last fight. You don't think it was like the style?
3 fights.
Nah, it could have been. It could have been.
He's starting to get old, man.
Man, I think Canelo's still young. He younger than Earl and Bud, right?
Almost 70 fights though.
Yeah, but not in
fights. Yeah, but he was fighting in Mexico, bro. He wasn't really like fighting like
that nigga fought
over here.
He was my age, 23, 20. That nigga, bro.
Yeah, but it's still Canelo,
on that,
bro.
He been on that level, taking punches
by who?
Ass time.
Who done hit Canelo, bro?
Laura Golovkin.
Laura.
Them joints look like they sting.
GGG the only one that really hit him.
Nah,
like we gonna be
boxer,
for real.
Realize, bro, training camps, all that.
Nah,
takes
you right,
tolls too, bro.
You right.
Injuries.
I think he's slowing down.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a real good fight.
Because even if he is slowing down, bro, Jermell ain't fights in a minute too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a real good fight. 50-50, but I can see Charlo shocking the world. I'm still sticking with that.
Shocking the world?
Shocking the world.
Big fight next month, September 30th, Canelo Charlo. What are your predictions?
I strongly feel Canelo is gonna beat Charlo. He's the, not just because he's the bigger fighter, but they're both talented, but he's the bigger fighter. And in boxing, in the history of the sport, the talented fighter who's the bigger fighter always beats the talented small fighter. That's historically, that's what's taken place in boxing. And people will say, oh, well, didn't Pacquiao beat you? Well, I was already a dead man walking when I stepped up in the ring, so that really doesn't count. But I think, I think Charlo's going to have a great fight. I think Charlo's going to have a great performance, but I just think the weight, jumping up 2 weight classes it's a lot. It's a lot. And when you're facing Canelo, when he keeps on pressuring you, I think he might even stop him in the later rounds.
what chances do you give Jermell Charlo going 14 pounds up and getting the job done?
You know, fighters have done it before, but it's hard. It's real, very, very, very hard. And he's fighting a guy like Canelo, who's noted for his power. You know, Charlo's going to have a lot of activity in that fight. I think activity gives him the best chance to win. He got to be active. Let his punches go. You know what I mean? You know, Canelo's a old pro now. He want to do things in a timely manner. You know, organized. He want to fight with control. So you want to kind of, you know, get him in a fisticuff. You feel me? Get him out. You know, make him box faster than he wants to. That's the worst thing you can do to an old fighter. You feel me? Make him fight fast. That's going to have to be one of his strategies. I don't want to get a game plan away. I can easily do that and tell a fighter what he need to do to win, but I don't want to get that in depth with it because I still have Tarver's Take, where you get the most informative breakdown and recaps in the game. So I'm going to save a little bit of that for that, but yeah, you think Canelo with the power. Charlo don't want to be getting hit by that type of power, some type of power he's never felt before. I think the last thing goes is a fighter punching power. And Canelo is one of the best punchers in the business. You know that. You know? You don't want to take a shot from him. So I think Charlo's going to have to be in dog shape. And he's going to have to get on his best boxing game. I think he boxes him. Win rounds, put him in a desperate position where he needs a knockout to win. You know? And then a knockout might come. You know what I mean? With a guy getting desperate. With Canelo, it all depends on which Canelo shows up.
What if it's the guy from the last 3 fights?
He's slowed down a lot. He's focused more on his power because the speed and the combination punches is just not there like it used to be. If he can get back to that. See, again, I'm doing his trainer's work right now. I'm giving him the blueprint. I'm telling him the secret to success and the secret to really revitalizing his boxing fans again. Get back to the boxing, bruh. You were slick with that shit. Let your hands go. Combination punch. Take the power off. You already a power puncher. Now, I don't get paid for giving him the whole blueprint or to the game, bruh. Like, this is what I'm noted for, having the answers.
I think any fight is competitive. You know, when you have a guy that possesses the type of metal that both these guys bring into the ring and have accomplished over the years. I mean, Charlo's no slouch, man. He knows how to fight. He knows how to operate inside that ring. Canelo, on the other hand, same thing. You know, cash cow of boxing. Whether you say he's fought tough competition or not, you know, he has over 16 world championships. You know, and that's for a reason. So I respect, you know, you got to respect, one, Charlo for taking this fight. You know, he's, believe it or not, he's a smaller man. I understand height, I understand longer reach, but he's a smaller man. There's no ands if or buts about it. You know, there's no doubt that Canelo is more robust in every single way. He's shown over the years he can take a punch. He's been in there with light heavyweights, for Christ's sakes. So it's going to be tough for Charlo. Although he does have reach, he does have boxing ability. We saw a little bit of that when he fought against Castaño the second time around. He stayed off the ropes for more parts of the fight than, you know, the first time around. So he was able to make adjustments, and, you know, he has a good jab, and he has really good fundamentals. Great right hand, solid left hook. Got a, you know, full arsenal of punches. But again, he's still a 154 pounder. Castaño was able to bag him up and put the pressure on him. That's what Canelo does. Think about that. You know, Canelo again is I continue to say this. He, you know, in all due respect, he's at the tail end of his career. He really is.
Almost 70 fights. Yeah.
Yeah. He's at the tail end of his career. You can tell his body's starting to get tired. You can tell that he's less inspired. And, You know, this is the type of fight where we should have had this fight years ago when both these guys are in this weight class. You know, this is, you know, so like there's this thing in boxing that we sometimes overlook is timing. Timing. And it's not timing. I'm not talking about boxing like, you know, you're timing a punch coming at you and you're moving out of the way. No, I'm talking about timing when a fight is being signed, sealed, and delivered. And I feel like he's getting Charlo at the right time. You know, he's getting him at the right time. He's well, you know, oversized, this guy. You know, he's stronger, can take a punch, can deliver a punch. You know, he's shown that he has a definitely great defense coming behind the high guard. And, you know, he does various pull counters and goes down to the body well and sets you up and sets traps. Canelo's crafty, man, and that's the reason why he's been successful. Extremely crafty. But he should win this fight, hands down.
What I have to say to Canelo is this. You proved yourself already. You proved yourself. You fought a lot of great fighters. You tested yourself. You went up in weight to numerous weight classes. Like myself and like other fighters throughout the years. Same thing with Pacquiao. You know, Canelo is a great fighter. And Pacquiao is a great fighter. There's so many fighters that's great. Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say, well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
30-something.
How many fights do Canelo got? 60, 70?
Oh, is it that many? No, it's not. Is it that many?
It
might be. It might be.
He got to have like 60-something fights, right?
It might be, yeah, because he had like 40-something by the time
he was with me. So he's 20. So he got to be close to 60 fights.
Yeah, he might be over 60 now. He might be like 63 or something like that. I have the box record.
Yeah. So I don't know how many fights he got. So everybody's saying Canelo is slowing down. Canelo is slowing down. But remember, when I was 36 years old and I was fighting a guy that was 23 with 43 fights, he said he didn't have enough experience. Well, when I was 23 and if I had 40-some fights, I would have been a monster because I was a monster. I only had a few fights at that particular time.
Fact. Well, he's got, I mean, now that he is older and he does have all those fights under his belt, he's got some fight. Well, I know his next fight coming up is going to be with...
It's a lot of wear and tear. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear.
Yeah. And those guys are younger.
Yeah.
And hungrier.
Boxing is a lot of wear and tear. You can get old overnight. You can. It's how boxing is.
Everyone's talking about arrow fighting the winner of Canelo and Jermell. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight or...
What, 168? I ain't going up there.
Right.
So you got Canelo winning then, right?
Definitely. If he fighting at 168,